What up, everybody, and welcome to the FB and Goob Show. Living proof that anybody can be a podcaster. I'm FB,
I'm the Goob.
sponsored by the Good Time Tavern of Livermore, California. What up, fucko? How you doing?
What up, FB? I'm doing good. I'm feeling a little country today, as just got done with rodeo weekend. The Good Time Tavern
rodeo
was
weekend.
Oh yeah, Good Time Tavern crushed it. There were no bad times, no people out of sorts. It was all good, happy cowboys and good times.
Nice. That's what I like to hear. Good
Yeah,
weekend then.
good weekend. Absolutely. I started watching Outer Range too, which is got a weird hole in the ground I have to figure out. So that's interesting too. Cowboy baby.
How was Kevin's birthday? Was Kevin's birthday good?
Yeah, absolutely. Kevin had a great birthday. People bought him lots of shots, which eventually he drank. Yeah, things are good, man.
Did you
I'm
Did you finally find Thomas Friendly?
Thomas Friendly, man. He's a hard man to catch. I caught a glimpse of him, but I caught a glimpse of him.
I'll find him for you this week. Just leave everything, and I'll get him.
Sounds good, man. Yeah. So things are good. I'm excited. We're going to try a new topic approach today, which was per your request. So while I
would like to try, for shits and giggles after 2 and some odd years, let's just go on topics.
Right.
Let's start. You know what? Let's start with topic number 1. The topic of the week. The only thing anybody is talking about. I feel like if we don't talk about it, we're not doing it justice.
All right. What's topic number 1, my man?
Caitlin Clark didn't make the Olympic team.
She did not make the Olympics.
You said after 15 games, she would be the number 1 player in the WNBA, which gets pretty close. How do you feel about this? And it's close. The numbers she has put up with 30 and 6 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and all the other numbers that go along with her scoring that most WNBA players don't do. How do you feel about Caitlin Clark being snubbed?
Well, first of all, her play is doing all right. I mean, she's been held to 10 points sometimes. She's been held to other, low outputs at times, which is to be expected. The comparisons with Steph Curry continue. He was undersized. He got beat up his first couple of years. He was not an MVP until his, 4th, 5th year. You know what I mean? So she's going to have to get bigger. She's going to have to get stronger. No. Do I think that's a reason for her to be omitted from the Olympic team? Where all eyes on me? Like, honestly, how many people are going to watch the Olympic Games now that there's no Caitlin Clark? So I think that's a mistake.
Okay. All right. First of all, I'm gonna take this as a 2-parter.
Sure.
I'm gonna take your comparisons to Caitlin Clark and Stephen Curry, and I'm going to throw them out the window. And I now want you to compare Caitlin Clark to Michael Jordan. Because what is going to happen is the same thing that happened in the NBA. And after 6 years of watching what could be the greatest thing ever happen, you watch the NBA change. And you watch fouls change. And you watch this player be allowed to be more of himself. Michael Jordan changed the NBA like nobody else ever has, right? Will Caitlin Clark in the same way change the WNBA where there is more attention paid to cheap fouls and I'm not going to bring in this it's 70% lesbian thing. It's a race thing. It's not. This girl is paying her dues like the rest of them do. She's doing it on a bigger platform than anybody ever has. Ever in the history of WNBA. Nobody has come into the WNBA and been on a spotlight like this. Just as Jordan changed the NBA, do you believe Caitlin Clark will change the WNBA where they change the following, where more attention is paid, where she won't be snubbed? Now, I see what you're saying for the Olympics. Nobody watches it. We've won 8 in a row. And I could probably tell you that nobody knows that we've won 8 in a row.
I didn't know that.
You didn't even know that.
I didn't even know that.
So,
I mean, I figured,
but so this is my whole thing on the snubbing thing. I actually I do. Do you think she'll do it? Do you think she'll change it this way? Do you think they'll make more rule changes? Do you think they'll make her 3-point shot and fouls more available? Do you think she'll change the game the way Jordan changed the NBA?
I'm gonna go back into your trash bin and pull out the Curry thing, because no, I don't think they changed fouls for Curry. I think he
No,
found
they
his
didn't
way
change fouls for Curry.
around
They had
them.
already Curry's game was set. He could do his job. He could just come in there and be himself. She apparently is in a football league, and they need to change this shit.
All right, I see where you're coming from.
That girl got just hip checked and smashed out of bounds. No, not nay, a foul was called.
Right?
Nay, a foul. Like if you were standing there in the pros and somebody just came up and bashed into you and smashed you out of bounds, they would have went
like they just swallowed the whistle. They just swallowed the whistle. Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, no, I think
Angela Reese stood up and clapped on the sidelines. That bitch should have got a technical for coming out of the court. In the NBA, she would have got a technical for coming out of the court and celebrating the foul, that just flagrant 2 that just happened in front of the NBA. So I'm asking you, now that everybody's watching, will Caitlin Clark change the fouls of the NBA? No, we'll go back under the thing, get the Steph Curry out. Let's go.
Yep. Nah, yeah, no chance. And if she does, she's going to have to prove, just like Jordan did, that she can take the beating and then make the acrobatic shots. And if you can make your baskets anyway, then eventually you get the benefit of the doubt. And
well, isn't that what she's doing?
I see her more. She's going to be a 3-point genius, and like maybe a little bit more. We'll see. I'd do it. She's not going to change the game. No.
Okay, here's my deal on the Olympic snub, and I don't want to be a dick about anything, but I'm pretty sure the last Olympics ended 4 years ago. And I'm pretty sure 4 years ago they started planning this team with the players that were in the NBA or the WNBA playing hard and being some of the best.
Sure.
European leagues are a little different, a little harder, a little tougher, a little more brutal. And we've already seen that Caitlin's got to put on some weight, maybe toughen up a little bit. But even that, if we started this 4 years ago and 3 years ago and 2 years ago and a year ago, and I said, hey, listen, you're not on the team anymore because of Caitlin Clark, I'd tell you to fuck off. That's my own thing.
It's bad business by the Olympic team.
It's bad business by the WNBA and the Olympic team for the tragedy that is happening right now. But this is my prediction. Brittany Griner will get to the airport and she'll go, are we going to Vegas, Los Angeles, or Phoenix? And they'll say, no, we're going international. And she will not get on the airplane. She will go, I am not spending any time in a Spain or Chinese or
if that's your prediction, that's genius, man. That is genius.
I'm saying she's going to get there and Brittany's going to call it and they're going to go, Caitlin, what are you doing right now? Come on over. You're only going to play for 5 minutes, but it's probably going to be 15 points. So you know what I'm saying? That's my prediction. Brittany Griner gets to the airport and goes, no, I'm out.
Going back to my hotel.
Right. And speaking of I'm out, Dan Hurley.
Dan Hurley, topic number 2. What's up with Dan Hurley?
He's out. He's out, man.
The Lakers, I'm out.
I'm out. And I would have been out too. He turned down 7 years, $70 million, coaching the most historic franchise. I know Celtics are in the NBA Finals right now, so I'm having a hard time saying this, but Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, LeBron James.
Yeah.
One of the most historic, Bill Walton.
I mean, it's crazy too, because
James Worthing.
So Mr. Hurley, I mean, my take on it is he's doing a beautiful thing in UConn. He's about to do things that no one's ever done. We go back to UCLA. Since UCLA, there's not been a three-peat in college basketball.
Never.
And you know how cheap it is to live in Providence?
Probably really cheap. Compared to LA? Probably very cheap compared to LA.
Oh, man.
Just a guess. Just a guess.
So yeah, would you rather be king in Providence or another pauper in LA?
Well, I mean, or would you like to be the new hired head coach of a team where the senior player on the team is the actual coach? And this year, when you're going to have your first draft, you have to draft his son in the second round, and he's not deserved of a second round draft pick. I mean, there's that
I think, yeah, I think
side of it. I
I think
mean,
that's pretty cut and dried. I think he made the best call. I mean,
oh,
Lakers, go fuck yourselves.
go
You
fuck
know,
yourself.
have Bronny's brother coach the team if you want to do this shit.
No, JJ Redick and LeBron James do a podcast together. JJ Redick's never coached. That'd be perfect for LeBron. Come onto the team. I'll be the coach for the next 2 years. You
Full
win
podcast.
off my glory. It's almost
I wonder-
ridiculous now, right? Who's going to be that? Like most of the time in our history of our life, you and I, throughout our life, Pat Riley, who's that guy was the coach of the Bulls? He coached them for a while. You know what I mean?
That one coach of the
That
Bulls,
one guy who's won 12 championships, Phil
You mean-
something,
the Schwami.
Schwam, read books, that
Yeah.
guy. So we're like talking, these are the coaches of the Lakers. And lately it's been Bill Walton's son and
Shit, Luke Walton was fantastic. I don't know why they didn't go get him.
why they should have kept Luke, you know?
They should've
So,
kept Luke, man. He was great.
so good for Dan Hurley, man. Good for Dan Hurley standing up for what was right and not in being a head coach.
So pretty cut and dried. Hurley made the right choice. The Lakers, do they go with JJ Redick? I mean, honestly,
Well, I heard Rajon Rondo might be another candidate. I'd take JJ
Rajon.
Redick right away. I would take
That's
JJ
crazy.
right away. I'd be like, who's my other candidate? Rajon Rondo. JJ, you're hard.
They could totally wait for the Pistons to fire Monty Williams, who was good with a good team, a good veteran team in New Orleans. Because the Pistons are probably going to fire him since we have a new GM in Trajan Langdon. So I'm assuming Monty Williams will be available. You see that as a fit, maybe?
With LeBron, yeah, I do.
I could see that too.
I mean, I think Doc Rivers would be willing to go in there and let LeBron coach the team for 2 more years and just be a part of it. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
So, listen, NBA, Porzingis's injury, does that change the finals?
Topic number
For
three. Absolutely, it changes the finals. I mean, just the amount of energy, that smile lit up the TD Gardens. I mean, Porzingis hitting those threes and that grin, and then the crowd just went nuts. I mean, there was no way they were losing those games with him smiling so happily all the time.
I told you he changed the whole dynamic of the game with his three-point shooting ability, and him being able to draw Lively and the other center out from that area. And you have 2 of the most dynamic drivers to the basket with Brown and Tatum, who can shoot from anywhere. You leave so many options. I told you 7 assists. You laughed at me with 7 assists. I said if Porzingis can average 7 assists, the Celtics will win in 4 straight games.
How many assists did he have?
I don't know. I mean, he got injured in the second game, and in his first game, he just decided to score all the points. I got it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, since
whoa, I didn't plan on you scoring all the points.
Yeah. Now, honestly, Porzingis, the biggest thing, if he can't go or his knee doesn't allow him to elevate, I mean, how many times during the and early in the playoffs did we see the alley-oops to Derek Lively and Gafford? And since this series started, how many alley-oops have you seen?
Oh, none, like 2 or something, but they've had like 96.
Yeah. Porzingis has been blocking all of them. He's got, like 5 blocks a game, I think, the first 2. Yeah, he's on the defensive end is where they are really going to miss him. And the smile.
Which now you're telling me tables are turning. Tables are turning. You have Luka, who is going to play, not good defense all the time, but is going to play.
Right. He seems to he's gotten his rest. He feels better now. So we get a healthier Luka for the.
Well, what we need is a better Kyrie. You can't be a number 2 and only be a 3. Well, you can't score 28 points in 2 games when the number 3 on the Celtics, MVP Drew Holiday, scores 26 in game 1.
Right. And that's what I was going to say. I was like, you can't be number 2 when you're being guarded by Drew. You know what I mean? Now they're looking to PJ Washington, who's tossing up bricks. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot going on with Dallas besides Luka. Let's be honest. Kyrie definitely needs to get off
Kyrie.
Be Kyrie. Be
Kyrie.
Uncle Drew. Be Uncle
Be
Drew.
Uncle Drew.
Go behind the back. Do your shit.
Score whenever you want. Score whenever you want.
Being in Dallas will help. Do we make it back to Boston?
Yes.
All
I
right.
think we do. I don't think Porzingis will. I think Porzingis is questionable, but he will sit game 3. And if he sits game 3, then
it's such a weird injury. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's going to heal by the end. So does he just try every game, or does he sit one and come back for Boston? I don't know.
Come back for games 4 and 5 so you can be part of the celebration.
Right on. Yeah, right. No, I wrote down a bunch of stuff how the Mavs could win, but like at the end I just wrote, nah, Celtics are going to take this. It's pretty obvious.
The only way of the Mavs win is if Kyrie turns back into 2018 40 points a game while Luka scores 35.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And that would just be total chaos, and then you would win on the chaos theory. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it would be like, we can't stop Luka and Kyrie at all, and the rest of the guys are just getting easy baskets. You know what I mean? Like lively, Sam Dunk.
The biggest thing that I noticed watching the series is every time the Celtics shoot a 3, that guy's wide open. And every time the Mavs shoot a 3, it's contested by somebody. Derek White or Drew Holiday or Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum or Porzingis. They're all like really long. So, like,
all right, so let's end this.
Yeah.
Let's end this right now. Goob's prediction. We have co-MVPs of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, which you can't have a co-MVP. Who is the MVP of the? Yeah, that's wild. Who is the MVP of the finals? Drew. So far, Drew Holiday. You know, if that would be like if the Knicks were still there, it would be Hart. You know what I mean? Because it'd be like rebounds, everything he's doing. Josh Hart, that is, not Hartenstein, but Josh Hart. You know what I mean? If we were still there, and
gotta have Hart.
You gotta have Hart, baby. Speaking of Hart. Florida Panthers got all the heart they need.
Topic number 4.
No scoring by the Edmonton Oilers. They don't score.
They've been outscored 7-1 so far, and their only goal was on 4-on-4. So 5-on-5, no goals. Power play, no goals.
No goal. 4-on-4. Well, the Panthers are holding down some kind of like, you don't score on us in a power play. So it's like
Sergei Bobrovsky's on fire, man.
So
can't mess with Bob. Don't mess with Bob.
So where are we at right now? 2-0.
2-0. We do go to Edmonton now, even though home ice doesn't matter much in NHL.
No.
Yeah, I mean, this is another one that looks kind of over. It looks like Panthers are just the better team. Even Evan Rodriguez, a former Penguin, is scoring goals at will right now. It's
former Penguins are scoring goals at will. Well,
at will.
It's not the two big guys on the Panthers scoring the goals. It's the other people scoring the goals, and the Panthers playing fantastic defense. And Edmonton scored 1 goal, and the Panthers have 7 goals. And good luck Edmonton winning. This is going to be the same. Both finals are going to end the same. It's going to be in 5 games. It's going to be 4-1.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. The way this is playing, yeah, McDavid's going to have to wait another year.
That's fine. Add to the pool of the Edmonton Oilers. Make yourself just a little better.
All right.
And this kid's going to get it. He's too good not to get one.
He should get one. Yeah, no, he's amazing. Still fun to watch.
Yeah.
But Canada. You struck out again, Canada. 1996 or something. Christ.
596, yeah. He gets traded to the Avalanche. The Avalanche take off on another great run.
There you go. Yep. If they don't win a cup, Edmonton's going to have to sell eventually.
They're going to have to sell eventually. Who's not going to have to sell is the Yankees. The Yankees, man. It's like video game stuff now. They're like Aaron Judge just swinging a bat. Now it's every swing is a video game swing.
Man, I thought he was just picking on the Giants. But it turns out he's picking on
Everybody.
all of baseball right now.
All of baseball.
Yeah, no, last 2 months, I think he's got 18 home runs. He was the first Yankee to have, what was it, 20 doubles and, 20 doubles and 20 home runs? I don't know. He has a lot of extra base hits. He's setting Yankee records, which are always like, breaking Yankee records is crazy.
Right.
So, yeah.
It is.
So, yeah, no, Judge has been mashing. Juan Soto and the Yankees right now are holding off the Orioles. I mean, those two guys are just killing it. They don't even have Garrett Cole yet. So the Yankees look like a powerhouse.
So far, Yankees look like a powerhouse this year. Batting well, scoring runs. The scoring runs. That's what they didn't do last year. They did.
Been great.
So, yeah. Yankees overtook the Phillies for best record. I'd like to see the Phillies.
Which is crazy. Right?
Which is crazy. Because we never don't lose. Yeah, Philly's been killing it. I'd like to see the Phillies fall to their face somewhere around August 24th. You know what I mean? Like 23rd, 24th. You know what I'm just saying.
Right.
Maybe in Kansas City.
They might have the two best pitchers in baseball in Philadelphia, though, right now. So,
well, I thought Pirates might have had the two best pitchers in baseball.
Pittsburgh, baby. Yeah.
You might have to change out that jersey.
I'm going to have to get myself a Paul Skeens jersey, baby.
I'm thinking so. When's the last time you had a Pirates pitcher jersey?
John Smiley, 1989.
That's a long time.
And it was a T-shirt from Kmart.
It's time.
But anyway, yeah. No, Pirates pitching makes me excited about that. That's good. Giants not going to catch the Dodgers anytime soon. Ohtani hit another home run today.
I'm hoping the Dodgers catch the Guardians. You know what I mean? I mean, that's where I saw a shirt actually with an Indian pissing on a Guardians, like a, like
Calvin Hobbs.
Like we'll always be the Indians kind of thing. And I think that's because the fans are starting to come out of the woodworks and saying, we're still here. Because they have a better record than the Los Angeles Dodgers, who have the powerhouse of baseball.
Right. And I believe in Jose Ramirez. They have a guy that if Judge starts slumping and Soto starts slumping, I mean, he leads the AL in RBIs right now on a team that doesn't score a whole lot of runs. So watch out for Jose.
Yeah, got 43 wins. You got 43 wins on the year so far.
That's
Good for the Guardians. Guardians in a place that I haven't thought the Guardians would be ever.
Right. Guardians on a warpath, baby.
On a warpath. I think that's what that shirt meant, is that we are still here and we are still on the warpath.
I love that.
Just saying. Just throwing that out there. No, Judge, Ohtani, MVPs. We got anybody can challenge that?
Yeah, we got some names. I mean, Mookie Betts is still the Vegas favorite to win. So Freddie Freeman's catching fire. So it's going to be a Dodger, or a Dodger.
How can the guy that's going to win a triple crown be passed by any of his fucking teammates?
He's slumping. He's only batting .310 now, Ohtani. He's hit a rough patch.
All right. So Judge, Ohtani, AL, NL MVPs?
Yeah, most likely.
All right.
I mean, I like what Fernando.
It's an early prediction.
I say Fernando Tatis goes on a tear and hits like 40 home runs in the second half of the season.
And passes Judge?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying.
Watch out for Tatis, man. Like, remember 2.5 years ago? He was like, damn, this guy's the best guy in baseball. Then he got hurt. Then he got suspended. Then he did drugs. Now he's back. I feel like he's back now.
So he's that guy from the Rangers, that one dude with the white guy with the curly hair who did drugs and came back, and Holland, whatever. Good. The guy that threw a baseball, the father didn't catch it. He died. Remember that guy?
Yeah, that guy. Pete Incaviglia.
No, it wasn't that guy. I'll find out the name. We'll bring it up next week.
Fair enough.
So MLB, long way to go.
Long way to go.
What we don't have a long way to do is NASCAR playoffs, man. And you had an opportunity with like 13 or 14 laps to go at the Save Mart 350 in Sonoma.
Who's that? Chris Buescher, right?
Chris Buescher was in the lead, but was challenged And if he was unchallenged, because there was no cautions, there would have been a victory for Mr. Busher.
Smooth sailing, but we had to like break wind and stuff.
Oh, you had to fight. When you fight on a road course, you lose so much time. And
Oh,
the
really?
guy with the fastest car, who was in third place, caught you guys pretty easily after like 4 laps. It was just
Look
like,
at Kyle Larson's fast. I hate that guy.
no, Joey Logano and Tyler Reddick were the fastest guys, just through track practice, everything. But Reddick impatiently smashed into Kyle Larson like after a pit stop and like,
Hey man, that's like a couple times you've been smashing into people for no reason.
yeah, for no reason, just impatient, stupid shit. Just hold on and be more like Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon held on, waited, and then got second, first, or third. Hold on. Reddick still finished 8th. Still very proud of Reddick, but he was at 19th and he wasn't challenging Busher when he was next to Kyle Larson for the race lead. And instead, Kyle Larson won the race. Busher, who had a great race, got, what'd you get? 6th place? I think you got 6th place.
Yeah, something like that. We're up to 13th overall. I know that.
13th. You got to get a win still, because there's still some races to go. If you don't get a win.
Thank God that McDowell guy didn't win.
All right.
That would have been huge.
Everybody thought McDowell was gonna win, and I thought to myself, I bet you Goob hopes McDowell doesn't win.
Exactly. Yeah. No,
that will be an unnecessary win. So you needed that guy you needed the guy that won the Xfinity race to come in as a fucking one of those like bullshit drivers, that Van Gillis guy, and win the race, and they'd be like, well, his points don't count.
His points just don't count.
How many races you race this year? 1. Congratulations on the win, big dog. Move on. So, speaking of moving on, and I want to talk to you about this. This is kind of a serious subject with me, and this is the last subject of the night for the FB and Goob show. And I think it's kind of important. It has been since 2013 since a running back has been on the cover of Madden. I know the curse is over. But that guy that took that cover was Barry Sanders, and he was retired. Now, my problem with this is that McCaffrey has signed his extension. He got all his money.
Oh, did he make the cover? Christian McCaffrey made the cover?
Yeah. I'm concerned about this for you, because now I'm thinking first game, ACL torn, done for the season. The Madden curse comes back.
I'm rooting for that, yeah.
Oh, I'm totally rooting for that. Not to be a...
That's right. I'm rooting for Jordan Love to like hold out forever, so that's fine.
He's not holding out. He's fine. Before training camp, he'll get $55 million, be the highest paid quarterback in football, until Brock Purdy takes his place.
But look at who he learned from.
Until Brock gets the money. Tua's not going to get 50. He'll get 49 million.
Listen, but Jordan Love learned from Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers. Who doesn't even show up for mandatory minicamp because he got a mushroom party going on too.
He is doing drugs somewhere right now. He is with a Dalai Lama, doing God knows what.
Combo.
The Dalai Lama combo. Whatever Aaron's doing right now, Aaron's doing. And after 20 years, if you want that guy to quarterback on your team, he's going to go do what the fuck he wants to do. And he'll see you week 1. And if you don't want him to start, tell him. If you do want him to start, let him. It's just dumb anymore that he's in the headlines of anything.
Are they still paying him is what I want to know. Are they
millions of dollars, millions upon millions of dollars. You and I will not see a paycheck this month. And Aaron Rodgers went and did drugs and got a big paycheck.
Makes no sense. Skipped all his work. No call, no show.
No call, no show. Should have been fired.
Oh, shit.
You know what?
That's
you got a performer of the week for me?
Performer of the week, I do indeed. I've got the only 4-time in a row college softball world champion of the world, Oklahoma Sooners.
Again?
And Oklahoma won their 4th straight women's softball World Series.
Wow, man, they're killing it, man.
Yeah, 4 straight. It's their coach's 8th overall. Kelly Maxwell MVP. I just mentioned that. Yeah, they beat Texas 2 in a row, who had been one of the only teams to beat them. I believe they stopped their long winning streak earlier. So Oklahoma got their revenge. They beat Texas. My performers of the week, OU softball.
All right, my performers of the week are now bear with me, the Benicia Little League Majors champions, the Benicia Royals, which I watched my son play on every game for 3 months straight. I got to watch them play the last game, and I got to watch them get trophies, rings, and my son. Now, listen, I have been buying rings for you fantasy guys for a while now, and my son now, you got it? Show it to him. There it is. That's that fucker right there. My son has one of those for Benicia Little League Baseball Championship. Daddy has none.
We're getting hit by a pitch?
Yes. We got a ring. Big giant trophy.
Baby.
So my performers of the week are the Benicia Royals. Go, guys.
Congratulations, Benji.
Yes. Major League champs, baby. My son, Major League champ for Benicia. Yeah, baby. So awesome.
Yeah, baby. You love it.
Love it. What do you got for next week? What do you got? What are we excited for? What are we going to talk about next week on this fucking show? Because you know we are.
Forward to a couple things. The first one is kind of a side note from the College Women's World Series. We got the men's side, which we've got some interesting teams in the last 8. We've got North Carolina. We've got #1 Tennessee and #2 Kentucky Wildcats. So we've got some dogs in the race.
We got North Carolina and Kentucky.
North Carolina and Kentucky. So and they're both top 10 ranked.
Talk about next week.
Yeah, so we'll see who wins that. That should be fun. I look forward to that. And of course, the Euros. I got my Germany jersey on. We got the Euros in Germany starting Friday. Scotland, Germany opening match. Who you got?
Wearing my Scotland shirt next week on the show. Hopefully Scotland does a little damage this week.
Hell yeah.
Listen, you seem very excited about next week.
Oh, I am, man.
I don't have school next week with my kids. I spent 180 days in hell. I get 2.5 months off.
Woo.
I'm excited for the race because I'm always excited for the race. And I'm excited.
Do you know where they're at? Where are they at next week?
I do not care. I have 2.5 months off of no school.
Adams
I will find out
College
next week where that race is. But right now, I didn't have to yell at any of my kids to do homework. So
I don't have any. I did mine already.
Yeah, right. With that being said, I'm FB.
I am the Goob.
Have a wonderful day, whatever you're doing. Later.